I failed at my first print launch and it sent me into depression. Testing. Is this thing on? This was meant to be a really nice, cute video where you're watching me packing my prints order, which actually happened back in April this year. It is currently November. This year has been a shambles. It's been too much of a shambles, and I've really mentally wanted to come back to YouTube, creating on my main channel. It's something I have missed dearly. I've received so many comments, so many DMs. Yeah, it's just been a lot. But I don't want to not put this video out because I loved and I love my initial excitement around the print launch, and I want to be able to record this, package this, and have this forever. So the next clips you see will be rewind back to the actual print launch and me packing orders, and my family all came to help. It was really nice. And then we'll come back to the issue at hand, me just spilling my thoughts about how I've been. This year has been terrible, how this year has gone, and all of that. So let's go back to print launch. Yay! Yay! Hello, second channel that I've ignored. So I recently opened my online shop and I'm going to be packing orders today, and I thought I would bring you along. Here is the setup. You can probably see the boxes behind me. I have these boxes pre-stamped. So I've got cute Temidanto art and open with a smile. So I've already started packing some of these. We've got each person's order in this plastic sleeve just to protect it from the elements, and a cute thank you card with people's names, and please tag me on Instagram. So this is how the box seals together. So the labels on this side, and this is how I have laid out all of the prints. I've got it in alphabetical order. My sister's helping me with the orders today so that it's just easy to grab one, put it in the bag. And then we've got the label printer, I've got my scale. This is the laptop I'm using connected to the label printer. So collect a print from here, put it in a plastic sleeve here, pick up a thank you card, print the label, put the order in a box, and that is it. So let's give that a go. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe. So I ordered these thank you cards. I designed it on Canva. On one side, you've just got the thank you. On the other side, I've got a cute note. Thank you for your order, discount code, and somewhere to scan for the playlist. Because obviously, if you followed along with the series, you know that I've been painting for 30 days and 30 months and 30 nights. So I thought, oh my gosh, you've ordered whatever. Do you want to see the video of the order? It takes you to the YouTube playlist. Perfect, like genius, shout out to me. This QR code site I used, did you know QR codes expire? Apparently, it's only free for 7 days. Apparently, if I want to continue using this, guess what I have to do? I have to pay $35 a month. They must be insane because I'm not paying that. So now I'm trying to find a new QR code site that I could then print tiny little QR codes to stick over this one. So that's the first thing I need to do. I already tried and I printed these on the sticker paper, but every time I scale down the size of a QR code, it loses all its detail. So the QR code doesn't work anymore. It's so embarrassing to put, oh, scan here, da, 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 and then the scan. And I'm not paying $35, like you're actually taking the piss. $35 a month for life. So I need to figure out how to get these QR codes on these thank you cards. But before I do, it's lunchtime. I'm gonna make burgers. So quick, so effective. Can I say hi? Hi. We're gonna do this mince. The idea is put this in here, season it with a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, you know, a bit of this, a bit of that. Because we do things from scratch over here, okay? Here is our lunch. We've got the burger under all this lettuce. Tomato, we've got the caramelized onion, and sweet potato fries. It is now nearly 7 p.m. I know we last left for lunch. But lunch was delish. It was so good. Shout out to Ifna, shout out to me. We did that. Now it's time to finish packaging the orders. Already we're having so many issues with the labels. Why is it not printing? Oh my god, what's going on? Oh. But yeah, the issue here is it's not aligned properly. So this started wherever, and then this is the end of that slip. And then this slip started there, and then so it's all just off. Yeah. Some are printing halfway of nothing, like literally, what is this? So I'm wasting a lot of label paper because I'm having to reprint and reprint. Good thing I've got tons. But now is the fun part. I'm gonna sign the prints because one of the perks for if you ordered by a certain date in the pre-order period was that you got it signed. So let's sign them. Alexandra has Zesty Delight, Face the Sun, Hazel Hues, Amber's Horizon, and Amber Horizon. Zesty Delight, Hazel Hues, Amber's Horizon. Perfect. By the way, Mum's here helping now. Say hi, Mum. It is day 2, but really the 3rd day because I started on Friday. Today is Sunday. I am still trying to figure out the QR code thing. The stress is too much. My current issue is that when I try to scale it down, the quality just deteriorates too much to the size that I need it, because I need it to go over this section. I can't have a QR code that's now like half the size of the card. Like, it literally needs to fit in this section. But yeah, I can't be bothered. Tired. It didn't print. I don't understand why. It just prints sometimes and sometimes it, oh my god. How can you crop? See how this printed and then just cropped it here? Like, make it make sense. Oh my god. Okay, that's finally printed. Yes, we can see that that code on the left is registering and working and pulling up the playlist. This code is meant to go on this sheet of paper, and this is literally like the maximum possible size. So I'm gonna print the rest of this paper so that I can cut the paper, and then I'll show you what the code looks like on there. It was in the wrong settings. This printer is so frustrating. I need to manually do the settings every time. Don't make me shout. How can this be our outcome after how many hours? The way I flung that, you wouldn't have seen that on camera. Let me hold it. Clearly, you need to be babied. Thank you. Okay. Oh my god, we finally have breakthrough. I have the QR codes done. Now I've printed out a whole lot that I'm going to cut and individually stick onto each of these cards. What a painstaking process. If you're receiving one of these, say thank you right now. Kneel down and say thank you. No, I'm joking. And obviously, I think what's annoying about going through all of this effort for this QR code thing is it's actually not that deep. Like, half the people aren't even going to notice it or scan it. But I know for the few people that will appreciate that detail, the last thing I wanted for them was to scan it and then it's going to page invalid. It's just, I've gone the extra effort to put the QR code in the first place, so I might as well take the extra effort to fix it, you know? So yeah, now let's cut and stick. Wow. Okay, so this isn't too big for me to hate it, actually. The moment of truth, right? Let's see if this will work. Yes! Oh my god! Finally! So I have stuck down the new QR codes on all of the extra ones. So I'm back packing orders. My brother's behind me. Probably see him in that frame. Also on TikTok Live, actually. You should do a Pantone painting every month and release it as a print, which is limited edition. You know what? I like that. I like that idea. It's like a new Pantone painting for the month, and yeah, I like that. I like that. I really like that. Maybe when I get back into like the swing of like my regular scheduling, I'd be able to get around to that 100%. You're so pretty. Thank you, Lainey. Walsh, you've been here since day one. Shout out to you, because you are one person that is every day waiting for the next one. Thank you for that. I've been watching you for over 3 years. I'm obsessed with your art. Thank you so much, Luke. That means so much. You don't know how much that means to me. Oh, we got an order since I started this live. I've just seen it.
Oh, snap.
I can't believe I have so many US orders, because it's like, this is going overseas. Like, it's so crazy to me that people are going to have these in their homes. Like, you don't understand. Such a surreal feeling, for real. Sorry for real. Sorry for you. Okay. And I've gotten tons of help from my family. Shout out to them for real. Because I would not have been able to do this by myself. Oh my gosh. You guys really came through. So shout out to you guys for ordering and pre-ordering. And as a one-woman team, I have to accept help when I can get it. But interestingly, my mum was like, oh, why do you ask for help? And I just, pardon, like, it just doesn't occur to me to be like, oh, let me da-da-da. Like, a gift card option would be amazing. So hard to decide what to pick as a gift. What do you mean gift card? Tell me what you mean by that. Do you mean this on the cover and then you can write something on the inside? Like an actual card? Is that what you mean? Like a card for someone? Like a £10. Oh, I get you. So you mean a literal gift card. Okay. So a £10 e-gift card that they can use at checkout and pick their print. I wonder how that works. So that's something that I would be happy to look into. Let me screenshot that so I don't forget. That's such a good shout. I wish I could see people's reactions like when they open these, because I would just love to see what people think. Like when I used to do commissions, I would really ask people to send me, like, just send me a video of whoever looking at the art for the first time, because there's just something about someone absorbing art for the first time that I think is so nice. Okay, Stephanie is next. Still at it, not quite done with the orders. These I need to sort out because the Royal Mail guy will be here any minute to pick this up, so gotta go. It is the next day. I actually had an all-nighter last night to get another thing done for a brand. If you see this outfit anyway, you know what I was doing. I didn't get to finish all of the packages, but we've definitely done all of Monday and Tuesdays. So I'm gonna get back to it today. I think everyone's address is covered. But yeah, here is the stack. I need to sort them. My brother helped me last night, but I've just remessed it up, sorry. And then here are some of the remainders. So we're probably about halfway through. I've pre-packed these and pre-signed them. So I just need to find their corresponding box, because all these boxes, my sister helped me put the labels on already. So I just need to find the allocated box and put them in. As you know, I'm using these clear plastic sleeves. But another thing we just realized actually was I have to put the thank you note also in the sleeve, because some are flying out of the box when the boxes are sealed, which is very awkward. So I've got a whole bunch of boxes here that I didn't know that about. So some people might not get their thank you sleeves. And for all the stress I went through for this new QR code, please get your thank you. Get your thank you card, please. Oh, I just took this Polaroid. Let me see. This is not giving what I thought it would give. It's not giving. Except that's still developing. I don't get it. Me'll get it. I had my brother print out the names of people, because we've got different collection dates depending on when the label was printed. So I'm trying to pack Mondays now. Some are heavy, like shout out to Alice. I remember I gave her 2 extra things. This is what I'm saying. So this thank you slip nearly flew out. Like I need you to fly in. So I've done Caroline, Alice and Saba. Caroline. Again, another Vogue thank you slip. So now I have that sorted, let me get on with just packaging, like just trying to get as much done. Let me see if my Polaroid has come out. Yee. Is it when you're in the light? Must I do it in the dark? I don't get it. Like this room is so well lit, and is that the issue? That it needs to be worse lit? Lit worse? This is embarrassing. Oh, you can see on my teeth. It's crazy. Don't fall, my shibu. Okay, now that we're back, Also, ignore the mess. I don't know how much of it you can see, but I was just filming my intro for my using all 320 markers, and the markers went absolutely everywhere. So I'm gonna clip this and talk to you while I'm putting it away. Okay, so where have I been? Where have I been for the past year? I have been very stressed. I started the year with a management team, and the management team were great. They were what I needed at the time, but we decided to part ways, and it wasn't initiated by me, let's just say that. And so because of that, it hit me a lot harder than I actually thought it did at the time. I don't think I properly processed it. I think I just completely suppressed and repressed it. So now, just in the past, okay, and that happened in, I want to say March. It might have been February, March, like Q1 anyway. And I didn't process it at all. I didn't know quite how to deal with it. I just kind of took it on the chin and just kept going. At the start of this year, I had a weird goal that wasn't really a goal because I had never like vocalized it or written it anywhere. But I just had a weird goal of I want to travel to one new country every month. Girl, when you have work to do, people that have work to do, are they traveling to every country every month? So yeah, so that's kind of what I was prioritizing in that time. So I was suppressing and repressing negative memories or negative feelings or thoughts I had around work in general. And I was just like, yeah, let me just go on to travel, And I did quite a bit of travel. I'd made a habit of trying to travel for my birthday in January because another thing, I don't like celebrating my birthday. I haven't grown up liking celebrating my birthday, but in the last few years, I've tried to travel. I've tried to get myself out of this space, and that's helped me to enjoy and to find something to celebrate, you know? So yeah, I went to Morocco in Feb. I went to Bucharest. I went to that super popular spa. I went to Wales for my friend's wedding in March. I went to Amsterdam in April. I went to Dubai for another friend's wedding in May. Where did we go in June? I went for VidCon in June. So I was in Anaheim, again, California. Then my girl got engaged in July also, which was really nice. And then I paused on the trips for a while, and I think I went to Houston. Oh yes, of course. I went to Dallas. So I went to Texas, and that was for Vid Summit. So it's been a year positive in that way with like all of the travel that I've gotten to do. And I'm so grateful for that because honestly, I've been very depressed this year. And again, I just suppressed everything. So I wasn't even processing. I wasn't thinking about anything. I just put it to the side and was just doing my own thing. Just like celebrating my friends. So many friends got engaged, celebrating weddings, celebrating all of that. But work-wise, which is probably why you're listening, work-wise, I was in such a funk. I was in an extreme level of, I don't know if it's art block or I don't know if it's creative block. Like, I don't know what it was, but it was just a really very ridiculously negative space, and it wasn't something that I was even actively trying to get out of. I did have some brands that were still reaching out, which was crazy because I wasn't posting at all. So brands were still reaching out. So I was doing like some projects here and there, but I wasn't back to doing the work that I wanted to do because bearing in mind, I still hadn't finished the series. Okay, so brief background, back to the Prince launch. I was quite sad, I would say. I think I overestimated how well it would do because of the influence of my previous management. There was a point when I was in the height of posting and I was in the height of creating that each video across different social media platforms will get tens, if not hundreds of thousands of views, if not up to 1 million. And so because of that, there was just like that hype. But at the same time, I knew that I have too long of a break between these. And except I want to sit here and never leave my house again, it's impossible for me to just produce, because at the end of the day, I'm not a machine. And even though it feels weird to people, and because I'm producing good work with gouache, gouache is new to me. I would never come to it from like a super professional place of, oh, I can ace this, because that's how I feel about my primary medium coloring pencils. I can see a reference. I know that that's gonna be easy. That might be a bit challenging, but I can do it. With gouache, I'm looking at anything and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And it doesn't matter what I've been able to produce so far. I will still just look at it like, I can't do this. So because of that, each piece was taking me forever to even be able to sit down to be able to do. And because each piece I want to challenge myself, so it's taken me forever to sit down to be able to do it. It's taken me forever to actually do it to a point where I'm happy with it. So it always just took me forever to get the videos out. And people are always bantering me like it took me 2 years to do a 30-day challenge. And yes, I finished. But anyway, at this point, I haven't finished the challenge, and I'm rushed to release these prints without a good marketing strategy, honestly. Like, I'm not a marketer. I'm not a business savvy person. I'm doing art. I'm just here to create something I want to create. Like, I'm just here to be creative in that way. And now all of a sudden you're telling me to sell these. It's not something that comes natural to me, and it's something that I should have hired a team to be able to help me with, but it's just not something that I did. The print sales were good. Like, I was very grateful because this is the first time that I've ever even had anybody having my art in their hands. So it was just such an enriching experience. But at the same time, because it didn't go as good as it should have, according to who, but it didn't go as good as it should have, it's also sent me into a deep place of depression. And again, instead of me to then be like, okay, how best do you market this? How best do you approach this? How best do you face this? I just suppressed it. The avoidant in me was like, what prints? Like, like I'm Ray Charles to this. Like, what am I talking about? So it was just such a weird, confusing time because I never faced it. I never acknowledged it. I never did anything. I was just like, let me Ray Charles this. So yeah, that's been this year in a nutshell. And now moving forward, I do want to relaunch the rest of the prints because if you don't know, it was the initial 20 that I had done that I launched with, and I also want to launch like a poster size of all of them because that's what some people were saying, which is like with the little postcards, it's like it's the same as having a poster in their house, you know, it's just different. So because of that, I do want to relaunch. I do want to face back into it, but I just hit different points of motivation versus just not having a desire to do it at all, and it's really strange. So it's either like I'm like, oh yes, okay, I can do this, or I'm like, bro, like you better give up. And I hit so many moments this year that were very much you better give up moments. And I say and a lot, don't I? It's so funny because this is like all like just candid, where normally I'm super scripted. You don't understand how scripted I am. You don't understand how scripted I am. Things that would feel natural, it's like while I was scripting it, I was laughing at me saying it, and then I'll now say it on camera because, bro, I don't just free talk because I can yap. I'm a rambler. But yeah, so I've lost my train of thought. That's another thing. I think I have ADHD, and I don't even mean this in the buzzword sense that other people have been, you know, flowing with it. Let me tell you, there was not one uni assignment that I did not hand in 1 minute before the deadline. There was not one uni assignment that I did not start the day before. There's so many things that I've just always struggled with. I have all of this time to do everything. Even to film this. It's taken me like 2 months, week after week. It's just, if there's no deadline on my neck, if there's nobody at my throat, that thing's not getting done. It's not getting done until I have to have an all-nighter. Like, how ridiculous. So yeah, I really do want to get tested because it's something that if I know and I can get tools to help me, like I already have some tools that I'll be watching videos ADHD friendly because I believe that even though I don't have a diagnosis for it, I believe that there's some things in the way that my mind works with like time blindness or with the way that I do things that I know that I need to fix up. Next steps, I need to like actually get a team. I need to trust people with this vision again. I was talking about giving up, and I did feel like I got to the point where it just all felt pointless. It just kind of felt like, yeah, what's the point? Nobody cares. It got to a point where I was just feeling like, you know what, this project was fun. You can do art and you can do it in your free time, but do people actually care about what you have to say in the context of having a YouTube channel about art? That's how I started to feel. And then I got this letter. It even followed me. I didn't know that's what face detection was doing. Okay, anyway, so I got this letter and I've had people draw me before. It's something that is always so humbling to receive. And then I received this in my PO box the cutest. Oh my gosh, it's just too much. It's just too much. Shout out to Sam, age 11. Also received a letter. Ooh. Oh, I didn't even see this. Oh my gosh, that's too sweet. But I received this letter that basically says, Dear Temi Danso, I admire you not just for your skill in art and creating beautiful portraits, but also for the way you align your values with your actions. You ensure racial equality and are open to sharing your views with the world, which influences me to do the same. I'm gonna cry. And it's just a bunch of really sweet things. Oh, okay. Okay. Like, girl. Okay. Whew. It was just amazing. I received this on a day where I was feeling particularly low and I was in a really dark place. And it just reminded me of why I do what I do. Okay, I need a moment. Whew. Okay, what we're not going to do is to now be wasting this makeup. Yeah, it just reminded me of why I do what I do, because it's not for my glory. It's to share with others and to empower you guys, to empower them on their art journeys. So it was incredible. There was also a comment I received that was like, on the flip side, this is from an 11-year-old girl, and this comment was from like a 64-year-old man. If I can find it, I'll put it on the screen. But it was just amazing, and it made me feel like people do care and people are listening and people do want to see more. I still need to figure out what the more is. So what would you like to see? If you're here from my main channel, please comment down below. I know this entire video took a turn and almost turned into a life update where it was meant to be a fun, oh yeah, prints, but genuinely I feel like I failed at my first print launch and it sent me into depression. But it's not about that. It's about picking yourself back up, which is what I'm trying to do and which is what 2025 will be for me. I truly believe that, and I just want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this. So vulnerable, so embarrassing. Ugh. But thanks for being here. I want to do more behind the scenes art things on this channel. Initially, I wanted it to be almost like a, not art, like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but I don't know that I want to document those things in that way. I might use TikTok or something else to document those things, but in terms of, you know, I need to redo this art studio office, I feel like it's fitting for this channel. There's just a number of things that I want to do that I'm going to try to do on this channel. So yes, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe.